There is a moment in every deep relationship when small talk runs out. The masks slip, the practiced stories fall away, and you stand on the edge of a simple, terrifying question. If I show you who I really am, will you stay? Welcome to the heart of connection. In this episode, we explore intimacy and vulnerability, the art of letting yourself be seen, and how that risk becomes the gateway to real closeness. Intimacy isn't just physical contact or shared routines. It's what happens when you reveal your inner world, your fears, hopes, shame, dreams, and someone responds with care instead of judgment. Relationship research describes intimacy as a process. One person takes a vulnerable step, sharing something personal, and the other responds with warmth, understanding, and acceptance. When that happens, both people feel closer and future vulnerability becomes more likely. Vulnerability, by definition, carries risk. It means opening yourself to possible hurt, saying, "Here is where I'm soft," and trusting someone not to press there. Theoretical models of intimacy emphasize this reciprocal vulnerability. Intimacy grows when vulnerable sharing is met with responsiveness, care, curiosity, and validation, not punishment or dismissal. One study following couples day by day found that on days when a spouse shared something personal and their partner responded warmly, both felt more intimate and connected. On days when disclosure didn't happen, closeness simply stayed flat. That's the quiet truth. Without vulnerability, relationships don't necessarily collapse. They just stop deepening. Imagine two people on a couch. The day has been long. There's a tension between them, a fight from earlier, a distance that hasn't been named. One of them stares at their phone, then puts it down. Can I say something? I know I seemed angry earlier, but truth is, I was scared. When you pulled away, it reminded me of how it felt growing up, when people left without explaining. I'm afraid of losing you, and it sometimes comes out as anger. I'm not proud of it. This is vulnerability, naming fear under anger, revealing the soft underlayer. I didn't know you felt that. I thought you were just mad at me. Thank you for telling me. I don't want to leave. I just shut down when I feel like I'm failing. Maybe we're both scared. Two people, two fears, now visible. The situation hasn't magically fixed itself, but the distance has a bridge now, built from shared truth. Studies across decades echo this. Self disclosure and emotional openness are strongly associated with greater marital intimacy and satisfaction. Vulnerability, sharing personal fears, needs, and emotions, is a pathway to rebuilding intimacy after relational wounds, especially when partners respond with support and understanding. Experimental work suggests that reciprocal vulnerable behavior, met with reinforcing responsiveness, fosters feelings of emotional bonding and intimacy. In simple terms, intimacy grows when we show more of ourselves and are met with care. Of course, there are barriers: fear of conflict, cultural norms, past betrayals, power imbalances, all of which can make vulnerability feel dangerous. That's why safety matters. Vulnerability thrives where respect, consent, and emotional responsibility are present. So, how do we practice vulnerability wisely? A few gentle invitations. Choose the right person and moment. Vulnerability is not oversharing with anyone, it's sharing meaningfully with someone who has earned your trust over time. Start small. You don't have to begin with your deepest wound. Try naming a feeling. I felt hurt earlier when, or I'm nervous to tell you this. Ask for the response you need. You can say, I just need you to listen. Or, I'm not asking you to fix this, just to hear me. Research and clinical work suggest that responsiveness, warmth, validation, understanding is what turns disclosure into intimacy. Offer the same in return. When someone opens up, respond with curiosity and care. Thank you for telling me. That makes sense? I'm here. Each of these moments is a brick in the quiet architecture of intimacy. Thank you for listening to intimacy and vulnerability. To be intimate is to say, "Here I am, unfinished and uncertain. Will you meet me here?" And to respond, "Yes, I will not turn away." In our next episode, Community and Consciousness will widen the circle, exploring how connection scales from two people to many, how shared values, empathy, and presence create a living field of belonging. Until then, if you feel the urge to hide what's real, consider sharing just one more honest sentence with someone who has earned it. That trembling moment might be where true intimacy begins.